The High Line is a 1.45-mile New York City park built on a section of the former elevated freight rail yard of the West Side Line, along the west side of Manhattan. The High Line Park will eventually run from the former 34th Street freight yard near the Javits Convention Center through the neighborhood of Chelsea to Gadsdenburg Street, which is 1 block below 12th Street, in the meatpacking district of the West Village. The High Line was built in the early 1930s by the New York Central Railroad to eliminate fatal accidents that occurred along the street level right-of-way, and to offer direct warehouse to freight car service that reduced pilferage for the Bell Laboratories building, which is now the Westbeth Artist Community, and the Nabisco plant, which is now the Chelsea Market, which were served from protected sidings within the structures. It was in active use until 1980. In the 1990s, it became known to a few urban explorers and local residents for the tough, drought-tolerant wild grasses, shrubs, and trees that had sprung up in the gravel along the abandoned railway. In 1999, the nonprofit Friends of the High Line was formed, broadened community support of the public redevelopment for the High Line for pedestrian use grew, and city funding was allocated in 2004. New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg and City Council speakers Gifford Miller and Christine Quinn were important supporters. The southernmost section from Gadsdenburg Street to 20th Street opened as a city park on June 8, 2009. The middle section is still being refurbished, while the northernmost section's future remains uncertain, depending on a development project currently underway at the Hudson Yards. Before it was turned into a park, the line was in disrepair. Although the riveted steel elevated structure was basically sound, wild grasses, plants, shrubs, and rugged trees such as sumac grew along most of the route. It was slated for demolition until administration of the New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani. In 1999, neighborhood residents Robert Hammond and Joshua David created the community group Friends of the High Line to push the idea of turning the High Line into an elevated park or greenway, similar to the Promenade Plantée in Paris. This has been a RDA production. Thanks to the City of New York, members of the High Line, Friends of the High Line, the volunteers, Wikipedia, and other supporters.